Stop with the music.
I like
Hello,
it.
everybody. It's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here for another Think Tank Thursday. And as you can see, we have a very special guest. My friend Brenda, Quintana, is here. And she is going to be doing some fun, crafty stuff with us. So, Miss Brenda, I'm going to put you on the spot just a little bit. Would you mind to tell us just a little about yourself?
Well, okay. Well, first of all, I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for not quite 20 years. It's coming up soon. Next year, it will be 20 years. I'm originally from Canada. I was born and raised there, and in the US, I have lived in Tennessee. So actually, it was kind of cool because Dana lives in Tennessee, and I didn't know Dana back then. And then I live in the Boston area. And other than that, we have my husband and I. We both work from home, and we have one grown son who just graduated college last year. So we're empty nesters officially.
I love it. I love it. So we had been empty nesters for about a year, and it's a whole different world, isn't it? You're so used to doing literally everything around the kids' schedule and things, and it's just like all of
Right.
a sudden, what do we do with ourselves? We don't even know.
Yeah. Yeah. Although in our case, our son was in college during COVID, and he went to a Canadian university. So he was really gone quite a bit. And so the empty nesting started pretty soon. But I feel like now we're official because he didn't boomerang home. He went he's self-sufficient, and that's a really good feeling, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It makes you feel like, hey, you got something accomplished and they've grown up to be wonderful people. And
Right. Yes, yeah. And it turns out we have kids kind of the same age-ish a little bit. So we have that
yeah.
in common, the Tennessee connection, and yeah, it's
And
cool.
Stampin' Up, of course.
And Stampin' Up, yes. I sometimes feel like when I talk to people, like I always try and find all the things that we have in common. And then it's like really interesting that you kind of feel like you want to sing, "It's a small world after all."
Right.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a funny thing that you say that because, when we went on our incentive trip to the Norway cruise, right? And then my husband and I did a little skirt around Ireland, and we went into this pub, and there were some people in the pub, two girls that were touring Ireland as well, and were from Tennessee. They were from Nashville. I mean, what would be the odds of that?
Right.
So it was wild.
Right.
But yeah, it's so much fun. And of course, Stampin' Up gets to bring us together, right? And that's even better. So we've made so many friends, so many wonderful friends with Stampin' Up.
Yeah. And I love the incentive trips because I get to, it's like going on a vacation with a bunch of people that you know, and we're all giving each other tips and things like that. And it's a really nice community.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Okay, so Miss Brenda, are you able to see the chat? Okay.
I am, yes. And
Wonderful.
I see some of my followers. So that's
yes.
Mary is here, and I think Lois and Tanya. And I know we can't tell, and I know we can't tell whose stream these comments are coming from because they could come from yours or mine, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I
um,
see Miss Lois has a tornado watch in Nebraska. That's kind of scary.
oh yes, that's right. I didn't read
Yeah.
that part. I'm
Yeah.
when I do my lives, I'm really bad. I get distracted super easily. So I talk to everyone afterwards, and I know we're gonna do it like during today, and it's like
Mhm.
because I will go off on a tangent and I will start telling a 5 minute story, and
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm like I just want to, and also my stuff that I demonstrate tends to go long too, so you know.
Gotcha. All right. Well, folks, I'm going to give just a quick little description. If you've not been here before, Think Tank Thursday is a little bit different than a regular Facebook or YouTube Live. In that, Brenda and I have a very generalized idea of what we want to create with you guys this evening. And we have both decided to use the delightful wishes stamps and dies, or stamps or the dies, whatever combination they're in. But we have a similar product base that we're starting with, and then each of us are going to create our own separate project. So her project will be a totally different project than mine. And throughout the course of our live, we're going to ask you guys questions. And it will be most likely this or that type questions. So we'll start out saying, for example, I'm going to start out with 2 different colorways for you to choose from. And whichever one gets the most votes is the one I'm going to use. So you guys are going to help us design the projects, and this is going to be a lot of fun. And Miss Brenda's not done this before, right? So this is going to be a new
I
fun.
have not, and I just realized my camera is upside down, and so like I'm like going in, and I'm trying to see if I can mirror that camera because that's gonna drive me crazy. Um,
So, folks, while she's doing that, if you guys would stay close to
yeah,
your keyboard or your phone if you're watching this on your phone, because we will each be asking you guys questions, and we'll be waiting to see what kind of a response you give so that we can design our projects, right? So, does anybody have any questions? I don't know if you're going to be able to flip it the other way, Miss
yeah,
Brenda.
no, because that's a mirror. I think I have. Uh, just thinking about my camera, if I have a way to flip it on here. I haven't done it in such a long time that because it works for me on mine because I've got the it's in my settings because I use a different streaming service.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't realize that this is
Oh.
okay. Um, you know what? If you do you want to maybe go first and I'll see if I can work with my camera settings.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All
Really
right, guys.
bizarre to do. And that way also, since I haven't done this before, I'd like to kind of see how the flow is with everything so I can kind of mimic you a little bit. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So, as I mentioned, we are both going to be using the Delightful Wishes Stamp and Die bundle. So, I'm going to go ahead and bring my camera just a bit closer here so that way we can see. And let me get that out of our way. There we go. Okay. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of 3D treat holders and things, little gifts, swaps that I've gotten from various occasions. And I've been going through my storage stuff, and I found boxes full of swaps. And I don't want to let them go because look at this. I mean, I don't have a name on it, so I don't know who made it, and I don't even know how long ago it was. That really looks like strawberry What is it? Strawberry slush. Is that our new color? Doesn't it
Yeah,
look kind
that
of
looks like strawberry slush,
it
honestly.
does. It could be actually. I mean, I don't know. Maybe pink pirouette, strawberry slush, tempting turquoise, right?
Okay.
Um, so anyway, obviously this stuff is all retired stuff. We don't have these things
Mhm.
anymore. However, you can take the designs from your swaps, from gifts or whatever, and use new product to make a new project, and it's going to look absolutely fantastic, right?
Mhm.
So I am going to show you how to make this little basket, and I'm going to give you a choice. So here we go, folks. Get your fingers on the keyboards and get ready. I have a pastel colorway using soft sea foam, pretty in pink, and lemon lolly. So I'm thinking Easter May Day, right? So here's a nice, soft, subtle color palette. Or we can go with a more bold and bright color palette and do Summer Splash, Melon Mambo, and Daffodil Delight. Okay? So, what I want you guys to do is go to your keyboards, go to the chat, whichever platform you're on, and comment brights or subtles. Okay? And the majority vote wins. So I will wait for you guys to let me know. All right. So go ahead and start typing either brights or subtles. Okay. All right.
I'm
Miss
glad
Brenda,
I
take
let
it
you go first because, like, now I'm going, all right, I gotta change the way I'm not change it, but I'm gonna like, I'm gonna give color selection to
You're
here.
gonna work with what you got there, babe.
Yeah, except my colors are kind of, well, I know I'm gonna use, I've got an idea. I'm gonna, oh, I've got an idea. All right.
All right. Ooh, they are on it. Okay, let's see here.
Oh boy.
Ooh, look and see. All right. Oh
Wow.
gosh. And the chat
Oh,
goes quick too, doesn't it? Okay.
yeah, I'm scrolling
So
back. Okay. How about I count the pastels and you count
yes,
the
please.
brights? Okay.
Yes, please. Thank you.
I've got 9 subtles. I think the brights have more. Oh,
Yep,
maybe
I got
10.
13.
Maybe 10. Oh, because someone said, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. So brights it is. All right.
I
Now
really liked
then,
I really liked the subtle palette, but then when you showed the brights, it was like, ooh, yeah, I want to do the brights. So I
right?
was into the brights too, but initially I got sucked in by the pretty subtles.
You know, you can't lose either way. They're both going to be absolutely gorgeous. So, it's okay. All right, guys. Now I'm really going to trip you up, because now that we have the brights established, I need to know, are we doing the base of the box in Daffodil Delight or Melon Mambo? Okay. So this is going to be the body of our basket right here. Are we doing daffodil or melon? All right. I see so many people coming in. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you guys coming in. All right. Are we doing daffodil or melon? What say you folks? Let me see if I can pull a piece of each. I've got a melon vote,
Two
melon,
melons,
daffodil.
subtle.
Oh, yeah. It looks like melon's winning hands down on that one, isn't it? All right. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I think so. For every daffodil, we get another couple of melons. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and start with the melon. And this is just a standard 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it on the long side so that I will have an 8.5 by 6-inch piece of cardstock. Okay. And then I'm going to turn my paper and I'm going to cut at the 6-inch mark again. All right. So that I will have a 6 by 6 piece of cardstock. I'm going to take this strip and I'm going to put it on the 1-inch mark. And that way I have a 1-inch by 6-inch strip that I'll use for the handle. And I've got my 6 by 6-inch strip that I'm going to use for the base of the basket. Okay. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to score our basket. So I'm going to score it at the 2-inch mark on all 4 sides. Okay. So 2-inch, 2-inch. Here we go. And one more. All right. So now we have a 6 by 6 piece of paper that's scored into 9 segments, right? All right. Now here's a question for you folks. Are you a score and burnish and then cut, or are you a score, cut, and then burnish person? Which are you, Miss Brenda?
I don't know. Score cut. I'm just super messed up with my camera now.
Sorry. I totally derailed you.
I'm sorry. I just like it is like the cameras.
It's okay, love.
I've taken my camera offline, so I may as well just take it off my thing. So now I have no idea how I did this. So that's fun. Now it will be fun to see if I can get my camera back on again. There we go.
All right. Miss Nancy says she scores and then burnishes and then cuts. Sherry cuts and then burnishes. It's so funny to see how people do. I burnish and then cut usually because I can see my score lines better. And also depending on the type of box or container it is, as to whether I cut on the outside or the inside of the score line, right? In this particular case, I'm going to cut right down the middle of the score line. So Mommy Roo says, yeah, it's both. Depends on the project. That's me too, pretty much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right here between the first square and the second one up to the first score line. And then I'm going to come to this side and I'm going to go up to the first score line. And then I'll do the same thing on the opposite side of the paper. So let me bring my snips up. And you know what? Funny thing. I can do most things without my glasses, but this isn't one of them. Look at that. I can see. It's a miracle. Oh, dear. You know what? It's the funniest thing. This getting older business is for the birds, right? Mm. I can see pretty well. All of the mid-range, everything I can see just fine. Seeing longer distance are starting to get a little bit more blurry, and seeing up close is near impossible without my glasses. Yeah, Lori says exactly. She can see them better. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes it is really difficult to see that score line. Hi, Heather. Heather Brecken is here checking us out. Kathy says she takes her glasses off to see. That's so funny. Let's see. Oh, Tanya says she was just watching May Made It before we came on, and she's making the same basket. Oh my gosh, I'll check it out. You know who May Made It is, Brenda?
Yes, I do. I do.
She's fabulous. She does some really cool things. She actually had come to our big scrapbooking expo thing that we have out here sometimes, in October. And she did some classes, I guess. It was pretty cool from what I hear. I think she's cool. I've seen some of her stuff. All right. So now what I'm going to do, I've got my pieces here. And I'm going to need to cut some designer series paper. And the designer series paper are going to go on these outer flaps. So these two and these two. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we'll bring the box up like so. And that's what will cause the box, or basket rather. I keep saying box, don't I? That's what will create the basket. Okay. So we'll have like this. Very cute, right? Okay, so I have designer series paper here. I'm using the Brights 6x6 designer series paper. So we're going to have a little bit of options here as well. My first question to you is going to be, are we using Melon Mambo, or do we want to use Daffodil Delight? We could totally shift it up a little bit. What do you think? All right, so Melon Mambo DSP or Daffodil Delight DSP? And what's so funny is we haven't even gotten to the stamping part of things yet, right?
Oh my
I
God.
see Daffodil. There we go. Linda says she just made these baskets with the daisy paper pumpkin cards. Perfect. Yeah, I think this basket comes about every little bit, doesn't it? It's a really simple and easy one to do, and it's so much fun. All right, I see another daffodil. Mary says she makes the baskets for her great-grandson's birthday party, and she made 30 of them. Woo! Oh, wow. All right. Well, we're pretty unanimous with the Daffodil DSP. That's pretty cool. All right, then. Let me put this one away. All right. So now what we're going to do is we have these 2 by 2 inch squares, right? So I want to make my DSP 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. Or you could do 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 if you want a bit more of a border. But I kind of want to do 1 7/8. So that's what we're going to do here. And we need 4 of them. So here we go. 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. There. And one more. All right. Okay. And then we need to get one more piece here. All right. 1 7/8 and 1 7/8. Okay. There we go. So now we've got our 4 for that piece. And then I'm going to take what's left here and I'm going to put this at 7/8. And of course, you know, this is going to be for the handle. Okay. There we go. All right. Now then, this is what we're going to have. Okay. We'll have our little strip that goes on the handle just like that. And I went ahead and left it the full 6 inches because it's really not going to matter. You're not actually going to see the base of it anyway, so we can leave it. Otherwise, you're going to have just this tiny little strip left over, and that's pointless, right? All right, a little bit of Stamp and Seal. Oh, folks are still coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. Hello, everybody. Welcome. All right, now I'm just lining it up, and I gotta know, are you a green glue or are you a tape runner person when it comes to things like this?
A lot of my people are green glue. I'm a green glue person.
Are they?
Are you not a green glue person, Dana?
Oh, girl, I actually do all the things. So I've got my little handy dandy holders that are right here accessible because I use it all. It totally depends on the project and even within the project. So when I'm attaching the paper to the paper like this, I used my adhesive runner, and I'll do that for this too. But to assemble the basket, I'm going to use the glue. Oh, yeah, you got lots of green glue followers there.
They've been indoctrinated by me. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
All
And I
right.
cannot turn, you know what? In eCam, I can turn my camera, and I don't think I can do it in this.
Oh, no.
I'm going to be
Is it
up.
going to really drive you bonkers?
I'm going to just not look, but it's going to drive everyone else bonkers.
Oh, I think it'll be okay this time. I'm sorry. I didn't even know
Well,
that was
I don't know.
thing.
Like maybe there. I'm gonna do a search on Restream and see if there's a way I can. And you know what? I think what happens too. There might be a way to do it on my Sony camera, but like when I get into this mode, panic mode, I can't think straight. Like, and I troubleshoot when I'm in the live. So.
Yeah. And folks, let me just say, I know that sometimes we make this look seamless and easy, but when you are on a live stream and things don't go exactly the way you think that they should, I get discombobulated myself. You know, it's like, oh, you're just trying to get it done and not make a mess and not be a distraction, and you know, it's so hard to do that.
You know what? I'm wondering if I can I have my iPhone camera. I could theoretically perhaps work something with that, but I don't know. We'll have to.
K-Mato says tech gremlins. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Sharon's made around 100 of these for nursing home with veterans. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right, friends. So now I'm just going to take the sides here, and you can do this part as wide or as narrow as you want. Okay. So the bottom line to this is how much space do you want in here? How big of a basket do you want to make? Right. Because if you were to bring it and line up the points here, let's say like that, and then like this, it's going to make my basket just a little bit smaller. But I'm going to do this because I like the idea of things being uniform and even. And if you do it spread apart, well, I'm not sure that I trust my judgment enough to actually make it straight. So, yeah, it actually is a very, very easy basket. It really is. It's so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to take just a little bit of green glue, and I'm going to figure out my basket here. So I want to put a little bit here. Oh, don't tell me I'm going to be out of glue. Let's see. There we go. And then on this side, okay. And then Heather's getting nervous, Brenda.
I know. I'm nervous.
She says she better practice with live streaming before it's her turn. Heather has agreed to come and do the stream with me too. So she's going to be on one of our Think Tank Thursdays as well.
Oh, wow. I'm just wondering if I can switch to my iPhone, because I cannot, there isn't, I don't know if there's a way to do it with my camera. Honestly,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm just wondering if I add my iPhone, if I can do it through
Through the
that
iPhone.
way, and then I can maybe, I don't know. Flip it.
I would think maybe that would be true, because then it's just a matter of turning your phone, right? So that it's orientated.
If I do that, you have to add my camera, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I'll just go ahead and take that one out.
Okay. Yeah, take that one out for the moment. Sorry.
That's okay. No worries. There we go. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it until you add the other one in, because it makes a weird thing with my.
Okay. Let me add this in.
All right. And you know what? Let me do this also while you're doing that. And that way people can see a little bit better here too. And then you've got a little bit of privacy to work on it.
Yeah, you can like maybe not see all my weird expressions.
Well, that's what makes it fun.
I know.
Oh dear. Okay, friends, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on this side that I did on the other. So I'm going to line up my my ends, and so I'll just put a little bit of glue here. Come on now. There we are. Okay.
This would be like this.
There we go. And then add my glue to that inner flap. My glue is almost empty. Ah. There we go. All right, and now we've got the base of our basket, and it's super cute, ready to be decorated. All right, now for the handle, what I recommend doing, because it's cardstock and it's kind of stiff, if you'll take your bone folder and just give it a gentle curl, not too much, but you'll see it's starting to curve a little bit. It will help keep your paper from getting those creases and try to fold on you, right? Because we don't actually want it to fold. We just want it to curve for the handle, just like that, right? Okay, now then, remember I said that you're not going to see the tips of that anyway. Here's where you get to make another decision, folks. Are you ready? All right, are we going to put the handle straps on the inside of the box, or are we going to put them on the outside of the box? Now, remember, we're probably not going to see it anyway by the time we get done with our embellishments and whatnot, but we might. So just let me know, are we doing on the outside, or are we doing on the inside? Okay. So go ahead and comment in the messages which we're doing, outside or inside. So there's the inside. and the outside. Okay. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and grab some things. Okay. Have you guys played with this bundle yet? Oh my goodness. It is very pretty. I really am glad that it's carrying over, Brenda.
Me too.
Oh man.
It is really pretty.
Yeah, it really is. I was worried that it wouldn't, but all good. Okay. All right. Looks like more people are saying inside, so I think that's the way we're gonna go. All right, let's see if that's big enough. Those are not big enough. Let me grab reach bigger blocks. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to grab some scraps of basic white cardstock. Let's see here. Now we've got a strip a little smaller. There we go. That'll work. All right. Now you guys probably know that if you're using photopolymer stamps, you really want to use some kind of a padding underneath it. So I've brought in my Pierce mat. Let's see. Ruth, the bundle is Delightful Wishes. As absolutely a beautiful bundle. Judy, you didn't get the bundle. Well, you have the opportunity to still get it. So that's a lucky thing. And here's another thing too, folks. I didn't check to see. Brenda, do you happen to know off the top of your head if it's a carrying over as a bundle or individual bits?
I think they're doing bundles now. Like didn't they say it's that they were no longer going to unbundle things?
I don't know.
Remember that, so I don't know. And I just unplugged something, which I'm not sure what I had plugged in.
I'm not sure either. I don't know. I don't know if I heard that or not, but I really think it would be a great thing if they did do that, because keep the bundles. Because it's kind of hard to keep up with otherwise too. So, but anyway, currently it is actually a bundle for sure. So whether it stays a bundle or not, right now it is. So that's the best price to get generally is the bundle.
Yeah, I don't.
All right.
I think I'm not sure if the bundle pricing goes away or not, or if it stays the same. I don't know, but yeah, it's the thing in the past was that they, it had to be while the catalog was still live that it first entered into. So, I know what I am.
Yeah.
On my computer.
You know what? Let me take a look here right quick while we're. I don't want to tease anybody with the new annual catalog that I can't show you the inside of yet, but but if you don't already have the new annual catalog, and if you are Miss Brenda's customer, get a hold of her and she will send one to you. And if you are mine, get a hold of me and I'll send one to you. So if you don't have a catalog, you need one, because, that's the best thing. And this catalog is actually really, really nice. So I know last year there was a lot of, how do we say, contradictory opinions on the catalog. There were a lot of changes that were made that sometimes made it a little difficult to find things, but Stampin' Up! Listened and have changed the catalog around a little bit again. And so those things that we were really missing being together are back together again, which is super cool. So yeah, it does not show as a bundle in the catalog for the 25-26 catalog. So thank you very much, Sherry and Debbie. So if you guys like this bundle and you don't have it yet, now is definitely the time to get it. It'll be cheaper. Okay, now then, I want to grab my Melon Mambo, Daffodil Delight, and Summer Splash inks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my leaves in Summer Splash, right? I think that would be okay. So I'll just do a couple of the leaves. There we go. Maybe 3, because you guys probably know the rules of odds, right? You always want to do things in 3, 5, 7, something like that. So that way your projects look symmetrical, which is kind of an odd concept when you think about it.
Deborah said that it doesn't show as a bundle in the catalog. You mean the is it in the new is it in the catalog? Like this is this Delightful Wishes is in the new catalog?
Yep, on page 99.
Oh, okay. Just because it's hard anymore with
it is,
online exclusives and stuff. Okay,
yeah.
I know that it was actually in the catalog, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, 99. So it's not. Oh, I thought they were going to keep things bundled. Okay. I guess no. It looks like they were separate. I could have sworn they said that they were going to keep them bundled. And I have like a weird sense for that, like with the I just remember weird things like that. So, but yeah, you're right, it's not. So, but sometimes they change their minds on things.
That's true. It is true.
It's
okay, guys, this is
the constantly changing environment landscape. So
yes. So this is a 2-step stamping stamp set, which is absolutely fantastic. And if you want a little tip on getting more bang for your buck when it comes to your ink pads, stamping off gives you a totally different look. And so you can see there is 1st generation and here is 2nd generation. I'm going to huff on this just a little bit. And you can see 3rd generation is even more light. So you can get almost like 3 colors in one pad, which is just, I think is awesome. And with this particular set, it's not one that you want to necessarily sit here and, toss your stamp around to try to line it up exactly, because this is an artsy kind of stamp set. So you just kind of want to, I want to bring it down a little so I can actually see, but you just kind of line it up a little bit, and it's going to be a little offset in some spots and lined up nice in some spots. And that is a wonderful thing about this stamp set, because you don't have to be too persnickety about it, which I love. Because sometimes I'm not so good at that.
So there was just, Dana, before you finish, someone said that the Floral Delight was not in the catalog, but it is not Last Chance. So I have a feeling they're going to keep Floral Delight paper around for a little bit longer. And so it is
online exclusive then.
Yeah, I think it's switching to because it's not listed as a Last Chance thing. So just FYI. Deborah was saying that. So, and I wonder if their decision on the bundly thing didn't reflect in the catalog, because maybe they made that decision partway through the year, and they develop those catalogs so far in advance. But I don't know. I will definitely be asking that question to someone, because those kinds of things are what bother me, those details.
Yeah. Well, it just makes it a little bit difficult to be able to find out what product is going and what product is staying. And it would be nice to know.
Right.
You know,
Those flowers are so pretty. I
aren't
love
they
them.
neat?
I you know
Marty
I have
says they need to get some more of the DSP. Yeah, you better, because especially if it's going away.
But it isn't listed as last chance, so I have a feeling that it will carry over for at least a little bit. But it's one of those things that once it's an online exclusive, we have online exclusives that retire like every 2 months, right? Isn't
Hmm.
now? So it could retire in the next retirement. But anyway, for now, I think it's been a super popular paper because it is so gorgeous, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it is beautiful. Okay, friends, time for another this or that. Remember what I said about the rule of odds, right? We've
Right.
got 2 melon and 2 daffodil flowers. We need to get one more flower in here just to make sure we've got what we need. Are we going to do an extra melon, or are we going to do an extra daffodil? All right, so comment and let me know which one we're going to do an extra flower of. And while you guys are deciding that, I will go ahead and glue the handle to the inside of our basket. Okay.
And I'm gonna count.
Okay, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, I've got my camera situation straightened out now, so
Oh, wonderful. Okay, then I will get
I
a
just
switch.
had to redo my entire table, but that's
Oh
okay.
no. Oh
Oh,
no.
I think it's definitely melon. There's one daffodil, and sorry, Candy, who wanted the daffodil, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh wow.
So, um,
So melon's the winner, eh?
melon is the winner.
All right. Okay, now I hold on to my paper for just a hot second to let it grab, and then I'll set that aside, and let's go ahead and do that other melon. And here we go. Put it right there.
That is so pretty. I swear I have not stamped that flower yet. I've used a lot of
Have you not?
I have not.
Brenda.
The other ones though. And I've used the die cuts a bit. So.
Oh yeah, the dies are great because you've got all those other sizes and they are amazing. And unfortunately, with doing this little basket, I can't do that big beautiful word, right? It's just a little bit
No, but we
just a
might be
little bit
able to
too
use
big.
it on my project. So
Maybe there you go.
we'll
Are you going to
see.
use it on yours?
You know what? It's going to be one of those options.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna, if we ever do this again, Dana, I'll be a little bit more like,
Oh, love, you're fine. You're fine.
but
Absolutely.
I was just like, okay.
So what we're talking about is right here.
Yeah.
This is wishing, and you've got the fine detailed layer and then the background layer that mats it so that it's a little bigger. And I thought I had a card sitting out here that was already done, but I don't
You
think
know
I
what?
do.
I haven't used the fine detail one. What I've done is I've stamped the word wishing and used the bolder stamp.
Yes.
And so that's what I've been doing, because I truly didn't want to glue that teeny tiny fine detail one. And I don't like using those like double-sided adhesive sheets.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can get Miss Brenda back up here now. There we go.
Okay, so just hold on. Like I need to, okay, why is there on my other camera, you haven't added it in yet, right?
Oh, that's right. Let's see here. There we go.
We're doing a weird
that is the other camera. Do you have it pointed down?
Yeah, I do. Let's see. There
it is.
Okay. All right.
There
So
it is.
now we're like in different mode here. I'm gonna keep it blank here, but look,
it works.
I'm in the right direction. I'm using my iPhone, so
I love it
because I knew it's hard to watch when everything is like backwards. And
upside down, and yes.
Yeah.
All right, darling, I'm going to spotlight you. Are you ready to start?
Okay. Are you?
We'll go at the same time now.
Oh my gosh! Oh wow! Okay.
While you're doing that, I'll go ahead and cut my pieces out.
All right.
So maybe we can get them started.
Do you want to switch us around so our heads are under our things again?
We'll do that.
You mean I have this whole space? Okay.
You do.
All right. So, okay. We are going to be making a box. I don't know if I should actually make the box or if we should just decorate the box. But okay, so this is our main bundle that we're going to use to decorate Delightful Wishes. But I need a box base. So I was looking through the dies that I hadn't turned into boxes yet, and I thought we would make a box with this die right here. So this afternoon, I whipped up a box. Look at how pretty.
I love it.
Voila!
I love it.
This is the box that we're going to decorate. And maybe what I'll do is maybe we'll make the lid, and that way we can choose a color to make the lid. How does that sound? And the bottom is made in the same way, but you'll need dimensions for that. And I'm going to, if you are one of Dana's customers or followers, I am going to be doing a project sheet. This is what I do for my customers and followers. I do project sheets, and I am going to send Dana this project sheet so she can send it out however she sends out her things to all of you. And so you will also have a copy of this project sheet. If you're one of my customers, I will send this out in a project sheet on Saturday. So you will get it in the normal way. But for Dana's people, I don't want to make you sign up for my list. So you will get that. So you will have those measurements for you. But I think it would be
so sweet of you, Brenda. Thank you so much. I'm sure everybody's super excited.
So, but I thought it would be useful to show everyone how to at least make the lid. The bottom's made in the same way, but it has different dimensions. So let me show you how to make the lid. But first of all, let's talk about colors. Like, you know, Dana gave you color options, so I want to do that as well. So, you know, originally I was going to, I don't know if we were going to either use like the matching paper. We could do like we could do yellow, or we could do kind of like a pinky purple. So okay, here, I'm going to give us some options. We can do the box top either. We can do it. I'm just trying to think, because the back might still be white. But yeah, no, let's just do this. I'm committing now. We're either gonna do the box lid, the lid of this box. We're either gonna do it in petunia or we're gonna do it in daffodil. So you let me know. Let me know what color you want, a petunia or daffodil. You vote right now.
And I'll help keep an eye on the count for you.
Okay, all right. And I'm gonna just, I'm trying to think. I'm gonna need die cut a lid, but I'm gonna just grab my little mini over here. Okay, because this will actually go through the mini. Okay. I have one vote for daffodil. Okay, come on. I want more votes out here. Brand new box. Okay, I've got a petunia. And
there we go. We got a daffodil and a petunia. There we go. Now they're coming in. Woo!
A little bit delayed, I think, too, you know, by the time. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, it's pretty close, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah, it sure is.
Petunia, some daffodil.
Let's see here.
We have to scroll down to figure out who's okay. We've got you. Do you want? Are you helping me? I think
3, 4,
one.
Yeah, Petunia's winning it so far.
Oh wait.
Oh, and I think it's just tied up.
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna count the daffodils. You count the petunias. How's
that? Okay, perfect.
I only got 5 daffodils, I think.
I got 7 petunias.
All right, we're gonna go with petunia. So we're gonna change up. We were gonna be going all yellow, and now our flowers there.
Oh, I love that bee paper. It's so pretty.
All right, so I'm going to, okay, so now my color palette has changed. I'm going to throw those ink pads back in their spots. Okay, we're going to grab petunia and we're going to grab fresh freesia. And okay, so first of all, we need to die cut a lid piece. And let's see how wide this is. I think. And I've got my trimmer here too. So if you're making, just FYI, if you're making, that looks about right. If you're making the lid and the bottom, they both use the same die. They both use this largest die, okay, for both of them. And so you would cut one for the bottom and one for the top. But my bottom is already made because we'll just do a white bottom. So we'll just use the one I have already made so we don't have to like do a whole bunch of extra work. Okay, and just so you know, my mini machine is tight. So normally you would use the number 1 plate, but I use the gray number 3 plate and it works so much better. And so we put the number 3 plate down and we're going to do this. And
that's an excellent tip, Brenda.
Did you not know that? Oh my gosh. I hated my mini machine. I would not use it. I would not demo it. And this went on for, almost, I don't know, not quite a year. I think it, and then Eric Serwin, we were talking one day, we had a promotion with the Boho mini machine. I'm like, I am not promoting that thing. It sucks.
Oh no.
And she's like, didn't you know about the plate changing thing? And I'm like, no. And I tried it and I'm like, oh my God, where were you? Like, and it just totally.
Oh man.
And so and the interesting thing is my boho machine, I can use the number 1 plate, the white plate. It is fine.
Oh,
But on this
interesting.
machine, so every machine is different. So you might not
Gotcha.
need to do that for your machine, but if you have trouble cranking it through, switch to the light gray plate. And if you have
Okay.
customers, or every time I use it, I will always
You
say,
mention it, huh?
yeah. Okay, so
Wow.
we've got our top of our box. We're going to set that aside. And now we're going to, we need another piece of cardstock. And we actually need the dimensions that I very carefully worked out earlier today. Okay, so we're going to grab a piece of cardstock. We're making the lid, so let me remember that. Okay, so we need a piece that is 3, I'm gonna do 3.5 by, oh, I'm gonna have to put up my ruler here. Okay, 6.5. Oop. This is why I usually cut things ahead of time, because, you know, but I think what I'm going to do, I think to make this easier to explain, I'm just going to go ahead and cut 2 pieces right away. So the reason why you need 2 pieces instead of just one long piece is because we don't make long enough cardstock to go all the way around the base here. So we're going to score both of these pieces and adhere them together and then use them to go all the way around. Okay, so we need our scoring board, which is, okay. So for the lid, you need 2 pieces of 6.5 inch by 1 3/4. And so we're just going to go ahead and put that 6.5 inch side up at the top, and we're going to score at the 3/8 inch mark, the 1 3/4 inch mark, and the 4 1/8. Okay, and do the other one exactly the same to make it easier. 3/8, 1 3/4, and 4 1/8. So they're both identical. And then we're going to turn to the short side, and you can score. I'm going to score at the 3/8 inch mark. Let's just do that. That makes more sense. And I'm going to have both. Where's my camera? I'm going to have the short segment up at the top when I do that. And that's just so it makes my life easier when I'm connecting them, because I want them both to, you know, have the scores go in the same direction. All right. Hopefully. So we're going to connect these now. We're going to take some scissors. I'm just going to cut away this corner square. Both of these have these little tiny corner squares. Let's just go ahead and cut both of those away for starters. Okay. And then we're going to connect both of these pieces together. So a long goes to a short. So you're going to have, this is the way they connect. Okay. We're going to glue this to this. Okay. Trust me, this isn't hard. I know it seems like a long process, but let's just go ahead, grab some green glue. Dana, are you still there?
I am.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that I hadn't lost everyone.
Oh, no, you're doing great. Everybody's loving it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do, and I think I saw Louise on here earlier because she taught us how to do this. So when I'm cutting, I want to cut these into all these intersections, like all of these score intersections. And the way I used to do it was I used to do this. and I would just cut like a little V right into the intersection. But there's a faster way, because if you fold like this and then you just come up like this.
You are brilliant.
Well, someone else is brilliant. And
that is wonderful. I love it.
And so you just do that and you go all the way along, you fold and you cut all the way to the very end. And this one too, like on the ends, I will just angle cut them just a little bit, just that initial square. I'll just cut that just a little bit more. And this end one, we'll just cut it on an angle too, just to help the whole thing come together. Okay, so then we're going to connect both ends again. So I want to connect this tab hasn't been folded. I want to connect this tab to this side. So the easiest way to do it is when it's flat like this. Okay, but you can do it up in the air like this, but it's so much easier to do it flat. And since this is symmetrical, this will work. So I'm going to put just some glue right here on this little tab end. And then we're going to fold this over like this. And we're going to just press this down and make sure it's great. And then we're going to go ahead and fold over all of these tabs like this. And then you're going to make it look like, you know, the shape, right? You want to make it look, you know, the two smaller ends. Okay, and then this is, I look for the good side. There's usually one side that looks better. And since this is the lid, I want that side up, right? So I'm going to put it down because I want it up. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyway, for this particular box, normally I would put the glue on the tabs. And actually, when I was doing the bottom, which fits inside, I actually did put it on the tabs. But for these ones, what I'm going to do to make my life easier, I'm going to put the glue on the lid top part. So I'm just going to put glue in sections just right along where the tabs would be. I'll do a little break kind of where the V's are so it doesn't ooze out. But I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to draw myself, you know, I hope you can see that. And then the easiest way to do this is to glue the two small ends first. So I'm just going to bring this, you know, I can't really see very well here, but I'm going to hold this up. I'm going to glue this small end right along the edge. My camera's in a different spot than it usually is. So okay, here we go. So you can kind of see, I'm just pressing down on that tab right there. Make sure that's good and solid. And then you're going to come all the way over to the other side. And we're going to do the other small end, small short end, whatever you want to call it, and get that all situated. So once you've got those two situated, it is so much easier to do the other sides. So then we're just going to come in and we're going to just press those out. Let's see. Just kind of have them fall along the edge. And then you can take your fingers and press all of those seams down. So when I was doing the bottom of the box, so this is the lid, so I'm going to grab the bottom. So when I do the bottom, I actually take the side pieces and I fit them into the box. And then I put glue on the tabs, and then I put this final piece on top and I press it down carefully, and then I open it, and then I do these as well. But that will give you the lid dimensions, and then I will also have the bottom dimensions for you so that you can make it. Okay, so
Very pretty.
That is the box. And now we get to decorate it. And so originally in my head, we were going to do yellow. So you guys are making me work. It's going to be hard. So we can do a couple of things. We can either stamp on this, or we can do some die cuts. So I want you to decide right now.
You tell them, Brenda.
Now, this is your decision. We are going to, and we're also going to put some paper on the sides of the box. I think we're going to do that too, but we'll decide that in a second. Let's figure out the top of the box first. Okay, so we've got lots of different die cuts here. So we can do some die cuts, or we can do some stamping. So I kind of would want to show you what the preview is, but I don't want to show you because I want you to think about it and think about whether you want like stamps or whether you want die cuts. Aren't I mean? Am I mean, Dina? And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and cut myself like a white piece to go on here because I need to do that.
Oh, that's a tough question, folks. What do you think? What are we going to do? Make sure to comment in the comments so that we can see what we're going to have Miss Brenda do.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it really is.
And I know what you're going to say. Why can't we do both? And we are going to actually probably do it like a little bit of both, but I just, yeah. Kristen says, no, not mean. This is a totally new format for me. So I have to, okay, someone's saying dies. I'm just going to go, oh, let's not cut on my gray plate. And also my whole desktop is different than it normally is. Because I literally took my tripod off my desk, and I have.
Oh my goodness!
I took my what I have my mic on. I put my iPhone on.
Oh wow! You really did rearrange.
I did because I was so determined to have it come out the right way. I was just like, it just would bother me so much, and I forget like that. You know, when you're used to like one type of streaming, it just is a little different. Okay, so look, we've got a little white piece. Okay, people.
And it looks unanimous on dies.
Oh wow, you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna grab. Okay, let me just grab a piece. Well, let me grab another piece. Let me grab some smaller pieces. I have. Okay, we need some more white cardstock. Okay, so you want dies, huh? Okay, we're going to do dies. We can do dies. Okay, so we're going to stamp some flowers. And Dana did some beautiful flowers, and I liked them, but I'm not going to copy her because I don't like to copy people. Okay, so we are going to do some stamping and die cutting. So I kind of lied, but the stamping would have been pure stamping. So this is going to be, I think we're going to do fresh freesia and petunia pop. I think that will be, because I can't give you a color choice now because you already chose purplies. Okay, so let's go ahead and, yes, this is fresh freesia. Okay, we're going to stamp some fresh freesia blossoms. And we're going to go over them with petunia pop. This could end up looking hideous too. So this,
I highly doubt that, Brenda.
You know,
I have never seen anything come from your studio that was hideous.
Because I finesse everything to the nth degree before I so I'm using fresh freesia and petunia pop. So these are going to look a little bit more like maybe cherry blossoms, which I think they are now done in DC, but my husband was just in DC not too long ago, and he got to see the end of the cherry blossoms. These are purpley cherry blossoms, but you know, pink and purple.
They're beautiful, though. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so now I threw my die cutting machine down here, and I'm going to pick it up. Thank goodness it's my mini boss. Otherwise, I probably would be throwing out my back or something, going up and down like this so many times. Okay, so we're going to grab this. Do you need to, are you still in demo mode too, Dana? Do you still need to demo something? Do you need to flip back to your screen?
No, go ahead, and here in a minute I'll bring us both up on the screen, and we'll just work in tandem.
Oh, okay, sure.
Y'all, I'm throwing her all off whack here. She's not used to this. She's gonna say, "I'm never coming back."
Right? Like, oh my gosh. All right, so when you cut with this particular die, it cuts a whole bunch of different little floral pieces. And so I'm just going to reserve these all on the side, and we'll use, I don't know if we'll use all of them, but we're going to use some of them. And now I'm just going to do this again, and hopefully I'm just trying to, usually I stand up when I do this so I can see if I'm on. Okay, and I'm trying not to have to tape this down, so let's see if I can do this. All right. Okay. How many choices have I given? I've only given one choice so far. No, two choices. Okay, good. I'm trying to make sure I'm still giving choices.
You're doing wonderful, darling.
All right. Okay. So, well, I will have at least one more choice because we're going to do the paper. So we've got all these little bitty flowers. And I went ahead earlier and I cut myself like a stem right here. And I thought maybe we could just like add the stem and then like add the little flowers on there. What do you think? Do you like that idea? The stem, and then we can just like take these little flowers and like pop them on here like this. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what this would look like. And like maybe a flower. Oops, got lots of flowers. Maybe a flower here. And maybe this flower needs to be smaller here at the top. No, I want this one smaller here. And then this one here, like maybe something like that. Does that kind of look like a cherry blossom branch? Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And then I thought maybe we could stamp. So do you like to cut your stamps apart, Dana?
Sometimes I do, yes.
Okay, well, so this particular stamp set has, you know, like we talked about, you know, maybe be doing, so I did cut, I want to show you, I did cut like a wishing. See how that turned out?
Yeah.
So, but I kind of feel like I really want the cherry blossoms across there, right? And I think that's just going to make for such an elegant sort of box. Like I could do wishing, like here, I'll just, I don't have a smaller one, but okay, let's just take this off for a second. Okay. So I could do like a, this could be an option, wishing you, happy birthday. We can kind of do this. And then we could do like flowers around here too.
Yeah, that's beautiful too.
So, we could, just embellish this with flowers around here. This could be an option. So this could be one option. We could do the word wishing you happy birthday. Or my other option is we do the branch, we do the little flowers, and then I had another one. Okay, so this one's a bigger piece. Okay, this is just an example. This would be a little bit smaller. So we could either do kind of like the branch, and we can do like the flowers like this, and then just the happy birthday down at the bottom. And this is very rough right now. Okay, so we've got our kind of our two different options. Okay, so you can choose. The options are wishing or branch. So those are the two options.
Ooh, that's a really tough one. That is a really tough one.
So wishing, the word wishing, or we do the branch. So, and of course, this one's a little bit, this will be a little smaller, and it will be, framed up, and it will look better because I will arrange these flowers better if we do the branch. But it's just, what would you prefer? Do you want the wishing on the top, or do you want this beautiful branch? Can you tell which one I want?
They're both, yes, they are both beautiful. Oh my. Okay, and while people are voting, I'm going to go ahead and bring in.
Are you going to bring us all back? Or
I will bring. There we go. Oh, but okay, now we're really wonky.
We're really messed up.
All right, give me just a second. I'm going to move us around a little bit.
Like we are both kind of in a black with a little.
Oh, a print. You're right. We did not plan that.
No. And see, I'm in New England, and Dana's like in Tennessee. So I'm in long sleeves and she's in short sleeves. Like, go figure. Okay. Good. Everyone seems to be not everyone, but a lot of people said
most
branch.
Everyone.
So yeah. let's do the branch. I think both of them are pretty, and that just goes to show you can do a lot of things with that.
Yeah, so they are beautiful.
This piece was a label that I cut earlier, and it was the same size as the top, and that's when I was like not thinking about doing all the different options thing, and now I'm like, okay, we have to do options. So what I did with this happy birthday, and I think it should still fit in the corner here, with this happy birthday. Oh, this freaks me out having both my face. So what I did with the happy birthday is I actually I cut it. I cut off the where it says UA. Yeah, and I actually did I also did a card once where I wanted the U, so I have the U and the A separate.
Oh my goodness.
Because I wanted wishing you lots of love. And there is no U in front of, I guess you could do wishing lots of love too, but
yeah, I don't know. But it sounds better the other way.
So yeah. Anyway, so I hack my photopolymer up. So now I think we're definitely gonna do Old Olive ink for the word. And I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna just stamp it. Ooh, let's hope that doesn't get on my.
Marty says stamp surgery. Yes.
So I just stamped a happy birthday down here, just going right along one of the angles right there. Okay. Perfect. All right, I'll let you talk. I'm going to do some arranging here while you.
All right. All right, love. Okay, guys, I have brought in the Something Fancy dies, and I think they're on the last chance, aren't they?
I would not know.
You know what? I'm not entirely sure about that
I
one,
think
but
they are, because I think I have them and they're no longer in my dye section. So I
so if you want them and they're still available, I didn't check to that to say.
should we just do a quick checky?
Do you want to check? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check. What are they called? Something fancy?
Something fancy dyes, yeah. So the one I'm using is the smallest of this shape right here.
They
Okay, so
are
that's
on the last chance, and they are a bargain price right now at $22.40. So
holy cow.
I know, and they used to be $28. So they're, you know what? They are very nice labels, and
They
you know,
really are.
they matched like a word set,
The
right?
something fancy stamp set.
So the problem with these is I think I stuck them in the stamp set and I never saw those labels because they were in the stamp set, and I should have had them out separate because I probably would have built some boxes with them because they are.
Yeah. So here's my general rule when it comes to that, because like I do have my delightful wishes are in the stamp set like you're talking about.
Right.
So if the dies are mostly like they're cutting out images from the stamp set, then I put them with the stamp set. But like you're talking about, this one in particular, it really didn't cut. There was nothing in the stamp set. So I just put it on its own separate card. Yeah.
And I usually do that, but I just didn't with these ones. And I, for some reason, they just got stuck in that box and I don't. Yeah.
Well, you
That's
better
probably why,
because they've used them.
Yeah, that's why because I didn't use them, and that's why, because I alone am the one that controls what people buy, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. So these are actually a really nice die set because you get all of these different labels, different shapes of labels, and then you've got some little things that you can die cut out, little kind of like leaf and flower clusters. You could also use this one for a hole, like for the tag up there, which would be really cute as well. So it has a lot of really cool options, but I'm using that smallest one, and I'm thinking I'm gonna put it somewhere on here on this side, but I want to put my little flowers. Let's see, maybe something like this, kind of go around the edge of the label. And then the item number, yeah, I can actually. The item number for those dies is 160424. Let's see here. 160424 is the item number. There you go.
And if you haven't ordered yet with that new ordering system, make sure that you opt into those rewards, right? Because all orders that are over $20 now are going to receive rewards, not on the order that you're ordering, but on your next order. Whatever you order, you're going to get 10% back. So but you have to
absolutely
have to do that. So it doesn't cost anything. It's just you have to. They, yeah. I don't know why that is that you have to say that, but you do.
Yeah, and I think if I'm not mistaken, if you have not logged into the Stampin' Up website since the rewards released like that, the new rewards program, then I think it has a little pop-up that gives you the option to opt in.
Yes, there is a pop-up right when you do that. I am trying to debate whether I have the branch going right to the edge. I'm gonna do that. Let's do that. I think I have to like now glue this down because I want some of the flowers to go onto the lid. So I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to get serious now. When I start gluing stuff, it's becoming more permanent. Hey Dana, do you know this trick though? This is a trick that one of my team members taught me. Have you ever glued something down with a glue and then realized it was upside down, or it was like you wanted to turn it, but it is now stuck with the green glue? Have you ever done that?
I'm sure I have.
Well, so okay, my team member, I don't know where she got it from, but what you do is you take your heat tool, you heat the glue, and then you take your pick tool, the spatula end right here, and
Uh-huh.
shimmy it under, and you heat a little bit more, and then it starts to come up, and this spatula will go in between and it will actually lift it off, and it will actually, if you're careful, and I've done this multiple times now, I've been able to like remove like right off. It actually,
Oh my goodness.
yeah. Now
Oh, that is neat.
that is real surgery. Now that
Mhm.
we're talking, I cut apart a photopolymer sound set, but now we're like dissecting.
I love it. I love it. All right, let's see. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and put some flowers around here. I've got my sentiment stamped, lots of love in the summer splash. So, we're bringing that summer splash color in just a little bit. It matches the leaves, but we have a lot of the melon and the daffodil on the basket. So I decided to use the summer splash for the sentiment there. And I want to kind of just build this up a little bit. And one thing that I love about 3D projects is that you can use as many dimensionals as you want. I love dimension.
I know, and I have not used any dimensionals on these, which I could, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep it flat on the top. It's too late now unless I want to use my spatula thing. I could theoretically do that, but we could even build it up and have like some extra ones on
Oh,
top.
you could. Yeah.
Dana, you're such a bad influence.
I know. I'm sorry. Not really. Not really.
Sorry.
I add dimensionals to pretty much every single order I put in. I just love it.
I will save the edges. I always use the edges for dimension as well because they're sticky.
Oh, absolutely.
But
absolutely. Look at, I've already been doing. I've cut them. They're already cut and ready.
I love to do that. Like,
oh, absolutely. And it's so satisfying to use up every single little stitch of it and throw away an empty sheet. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, me as well.
Okay, now I'm going to give the illusion of there being more space here because I actually want to attach my flowers to my label first, and then I'll attach the label to the basket. So I'm going to be using my smaller dimensionals, and I'm going to be adding just a little bit of dimension to the tips of the flowers there. So they're going to be hanging off, but it'll be great once we get it done. Okay.
They're getting a twofer today because we're both doing 3Ds, huh?
I know. And that was totally unprepared too, right? We were both like, well, I don't know if we'll even do a 3D. And then we both did it.
Dana copied me.
I did. I did.
thing that I was
I
going to do.
love 3D, and I don't get to do them very often. It's wonderful.
Do you love 3D and you don't do them? Why, Dana? Why?
Because I do them for like my stamp camps. I've got my stamp camp that I do that has 8 different projects. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. And it has all different kinds of projects in it, and I love doing the 3D for that. But a lot of my girls are kind of hesitant with 3D projects for classes and things. So yeah.
I will say that it is harder for classes to do 3D because it just is. It definitely is. And 3Ds tend to be like a little bit more time consuming too. So I'm just gonna add like a few more little buds.
Judy says if you cut cardstock thin strips, you can put it in the corrugated embossing folder and it can make grass for Easter baskets.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
That is such a brilliant idea.
So do you emboss first and then cut, or is it?
I don't know. She says if you cut the cardstock in thin strips and then put it in the embossing folder.
Okay.
I would think that you could probably do it either way as long as you didn't put too much pressure on the cut.
Yeah, my trimmer, I don't know. It doesn't always love the, bumps and lumps. Because have you ever tried cutting? I don't know, like sometimes like cutting into like a folded piece of cardstock that you've already folded, and it sometimes doesn't work out so well. But I think I'm just trying to decide if I add just.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. I have had folks ask me about this background that I have here on my desk. It's actually a big silicone mat. And the glass mats will work great as well. But I have a little bit of an aversion to glass. I'm so afraid I'm going to break it.
Also, it makes a lot of noise.
Does it?
Like if you put something on it, like scissors, a die, like it
yeah,
a lot
clank, clank, right?
So I just use like this is a background for photography that I use that I like a lot. So
this is a silicone sheet. And it's, I want to say 18 inches by 24 inches, something like that. That's pretty decent size. But the wonderful thing about it is that, like I've got this dimensional here that I pulled off the sheet. And if I'm not ready to use it yet, or as I'm building this one up, like I want to build the label up. And I want to put this dimensional right here on the corner over the edge of the paper. And because I have that silicone mat, it doesn't stick.
You can clean it off too, right?
Yeah. Now we have a silicone mat too, and it's wonderful, but it's little, so I can use this on my whole background. And the only thing about this stuff though is that it does collect little like paper lint and stuff like that. But I can take a baby wipe and just wipe it off and it comes right off.
I'm just trying to decide. Ooh, I think that's pretty. Got some straight paper. I don't know. I kind of like it as is, but we could add paper. After using this paper as my inspiration, now I'm like saying no. Use it.
Mommy Rue says she loves both projects. Thank you so much.
Let's get a piece of this paper. Dana said only give people 2 choices. She said
you can give more choices than that, but only maybe 2 at a time.
I know, because it can get hard because it's not like you're in a room where people can put up their hands and you could take a quick
Right. Yeah.
right. It's harder than that. So I'm gonna narrow it down to two, and then
It's
or
so hard, isn't it?
and then also I like the box just as it is too. So I don't know that I actually want to put paper on there. Like I feel like if I these flowers, so these flowers here are kind of more like whimsical, and the flowers on my box are very realistic. I mean, I could, but you know what, they don't look bad. They don't look bad at all. Like, so that might be a good option. I think the hearts are too, I don't know, they're too hard.
Maybe a little busy for it.
Yeah. And then if I do this one or stripes,
Ooh, the stripes look good.
yeah, I think this one might have a little bit too much white, because when you have too much white and too much white, white draws the eye in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're
Yeah.
going to be competing. So I think what we're going to do is we might do, let's choose if we want to do stripes on the edges, or whether we do this like floral
Mm.
on the
Mm-hmm.
edges. Okay, so those are the choices. And I have more of the straight paper, but it looks like I don't like the straight paper because it's such a small piece. So, but no, I think let's I'll grab a big sheet of this stripey paper. So here are the options. So if you'd like to chime in, oh, I've got already someone chiming in. We've got stripes or the flowers. And so, Judy says it looks pretty as it is. I know, that's the thing, right? Like I like, you know, I like it as it is too, because it looks very, you know, the one thing is like we could probably throw some
Oh, everybody's saying the floral one.
Oh yeah, and I did get a couple people who wanted the stripes. So, you know, the floral, it turns out the floral ends up being like it almost it's like the same, almost the same as the box color with just a little pop of white. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it might not be so bad. I mean, and Kristen also says she likes the way it is. So floral. But I've got and someone says she likes the contrast of the stripes. So well, you know what? Let's grab. I think my box is. I need to go back to my measurements. I think my box is 1 3/8 inches high. So let's just, for argument's sake, let's just go and do, I know, I can measure it from this side. 1 3/8. I'm gonna go just a teeny tiny bit below 1 3/8. So we have a little bit of room. And grab my piece. 1 3/8. So many stripes. So this would be like the floral, which kind of, this would be the stripies. This would be the florals. So I think like far away, the florals look okay. But when you get close up, it's almost too whimsical. I'm going to make an executive decision. I'm going to go stripes. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Not sorry. We need to do stripes. I feel like
Here, let me open that up a bit bigger. There you go. So that way they can see better. I think that because it's such a smaller picture, I
right.
think you're right. Like they can see better now that it's bigger.
Like I think I like the florals, but I think when you get close up, I think the florals, the two different styles of florals
Just a
are
little much.
yeah, and I think if we do the stripes, I think
Oh
it's
yeah.
more like elegant. So that's why I'm just gonna say let's just do the stripes and yeah, we'll just
Yeah. I think you're right. When you brought it up bigger, you could definitely tell that the stripes were
cut it.
a bit more
I think I'm gonna
cohesive.
yeah, let's go ahead and we're gonna cut a bunch of little pieces.
Tanya asks, are the Something Fancy dies a standalone die set? They can be, yes. You can purchase them just by themselves.
You know,
They are, I think, currently available with a bundle. However, because they are on the last chance list, if you like the stamp set too, make sure to add up the cost of the dies that are on sale and the stamps, because sometimes, and actually I think a lot of times, when they're on the last chance, because the bundle is already discounted at 10%, it doesn't get discounted very much, but the individual items get discounted quite a bit. And so they end up being cheaper to buy them individually than in the bundle in that case. So the stamp set that goes along with this is pretty much just a word set. So, I mean, if you need some words, it's a really pretty one, but this could definitely be totally standalone. Um, yeah, Diana says that the stripes look more elegant too. Yeah, I think so. And the number of the die set is the item number is 160424.
do we know if
And
it's
that's
available?
Something Fancy dies. Huh?
Or maybe someone can look it up and see if it's still available. Like it's still on the
Actually, I could probably do that right quick. Let's see here.
I could do this all in one long strip, but it wouldn't go all the way around. So that's why I am cutting them into little chunks. And for for this box, I'm doing 1 3/8 inch high. And then these ones are going to be 2 3/8, and the sides are going to be 1 3/8. So I need another chunk.
Yeah, I love it. The dies are currently available, yes, for $22.40.
But what about the stamp set? I think I didn't see it when I was in there earlier. Is the stamp set available?
Let's see. All right, so no, the stamps are gone.
But the dies are like great on their own. Like those shapes are really nice shapes.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah, so I bought mine as a bundle, because of course at the time when it released, it was cheaper to get it as the
right.
bundle. But I think I've used the stamp set once, maybe twice, but I've used those dies dozens of times.
And mine got stuck in the box, so there was that.
Hey, Miss Monica's here checking us out.
Oh, Monica! Oh,
She was just, well, I don't know if you're back in the States, darling, or if you're still in Italy, but she went to Italy and visited family, so she got to go on a little trip.
that's always nice. Italy.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna put the glue on the box rather than on the paper because I find that easier. And I am just going to, oh, come on, please don't glue down before I want to.
Oh, she's back home. Good. Good. I'm glad you got home okay.
Because why would she be on this video if she was in Italy, right? Like,
I mean, that's what I would think. But then again, I mean, it would be pretty cool to see us both together. I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
no, I'm putting the glue on the paper, make it right. I mean, this is like a very, we've never done this before. This is just totally new, and it's fun.
Are you loving it?
You might need to invite me back in the future, you know?
I would most certainly have you come back. Miss Monica's thinking about whether she's going to join me or not, too. So you got to tell her it's good.
It sucks, Monica. You wouldn't want to be here. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't tell her that.
Slots, Dana. That's why. No. I don't want anyone to sign up for my next slot. So no, it's actually fun because I don't often, you know, I have done. So I have had, you know, my son has stamped with me in the past.
Oh, nice.
And, there was a former UK demonstrator, and she was visiting. And do you remember Becca Prideaux? No, maybe not. Anyway,
I'm not sure.
She's a demonstrator anymore. But she came and she spent an afternoon in my studio, and we did Casing Tuesday together. So that, you know, and we did it like both of us were in the same studio. But I've never done a live like this before, which this is really cool. I love the you know, seeing you. We both have our hands going, right? So
yeah, it's really fun.
Now that I've got the first part where I was freaked out about my camera, that wasn't great. But you know, that's the technology piece that you have to figure out when you're working with someone else's live stream, right?
Yes,
that's the hard part. Okay, so it's definitely a like. Oops. Okay, maybe. Oh,
there
you know
go.
what? Am I? No, I'm not mirrored. I think I'm in the right direction. Why is it so hard for me to,
there you go.
You know, I don't, yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty. I like it too with just the plain a box as well. But this paper, this is the B paper, and it is carrying over this paper, this lovely paper, because it also has some. It has as cute as can be, 166621, and it has neutral patterns on the backs, and it has bee patterns on the front. So
I love it.
You know what? I don't know. Oh, maybe some embellishments. We can throw something on.
Yeah. Monica says she doesn't have all the fancy streaming stuff. Darling, you have no idea how simple this is. It really is simple.
Because Dana has the stuff. Like, you have the streaming. For me, the only thing is I usually stream with a different camera, Monica, and I couldn't get it to flip around like I normally do. So I just added my iPhone. So if you have a laptop, like I have a MacBook Pro, I'm using that camera for my face on, and I'm using my iPhone face down for my face down, which I haven't used my iPhone in a long time. So this is, but you have to do what you have to do, right? You just.
Yeah, I use my laptop for my face as well, and I have a simple little webcam that my husband has strapped to my little mount up here. But otherwise, I've used my cell phone plenty of times for that downward facing. So yeah, it's pretty simple. Looks like everybody's loving the projects. Thank you guys so very much. That's wonderful. So glad that you guys like them. And I'll do a little tutorial sheet as well, because Brenda's nice enough to do one for us. So I'll do one as well. Yeah, and I'll get it sent over to Miss Brenda so she can send it out.
Yeah,
to you
I'll
guys.
try and do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, but I usually, for my customers, I send it out on Saturday. But I will send you it tomorrow, and so that way you don't have to. You can send it out whenever you want to send it out.
Sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna go bigger on my screen for just a minute here.
I'm playing with pearls.
All right. Okay, guys. So I've taken a couple little strips of ribbon, and I've got the Daffodil Delight. It's that 1/8 inch satin ribbon. And this one is the it's the basic white 1/4 inch ribbon, and I just tied the two together into a bow. And you know, it could be cute up here, or maybe down here. So I need to know if, first of all, if you guys like the two colors tied together, or if I should just do one. Okay, so there's question number one. I'm going to give you a 2 for question right off the bat, back to back. So here we go. Okay, so are we doing the double ribbon as it is, or should I separate it into one? And then does it need to go up at the top or down at the bottom? Okay.
Do up at the top again.
Up at the top.
And then down.
Or down at the bottom.
I know what I like, but I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to try people.
And I'm going to go ahead and snip this, and it'll be super easy if you guys want me to separate it into one ribbon instead of the two. I'll just already have another ribbon for a bow. So there's the bottom one again, and there's the top one again. So let me know, am I doing the 2 ribbons or just one? And then are we putting them on the top or are we putting them on the bottom? All right. Let's see. Oh, both. Okay. Cute. All right. Both are nice. Love the 2 together. Okay. We've got one for the top and one for the bottom and one for the top, another for the top. Okay. All right. Looks like the double bow with the top is the winner. All right, guys. Thank you. Let me go ahead and up again. That way, Miss Brenda, do you need me to put you up bigger on your hands right quick?
You know what? No, I think I'm good. I guess I should have given people a choice with embellishments.
You're fine. Here, let me bring it up so it's easier for you.
I just threw a bunch of pearls on there. I usually do like 3, like you know how you said the odds, but I just threw a whole bunch of little pearls on there. I did 5.
I love it. They're cute.
You know, and they're, because they're white, they're not like screaming like, "Ooh, you stuck me in the wrong place," right? Like they're just like very subtle in the background. So I think, and I don't think there's any way that I can get ribbon on here without it like overwhelming the.
Yeah, I would think probably not.
You know what? I could do a little bit of baker's.
Oh yeah.
We could do, I'm just going to grab my little bow maker here. I'm just going to throw this on here, and then
that is the coolest little gadget.
It is. And the demo who made it is like no longer a demo. She just like, you know, dropped off the face of the earth. And I actually emailed her and said, "Are you still doing the thing?" And then she no longer has the web page up, so that was, I guess, the answer.
Oh no.
But that's okay. I've been scouting out different ones. So okay, so my question to all of you, I can add like a little tiny, okay, here we go, a little tiny baker's twine bow. I can add it right there, just kind of like right above the happy birthday there. or I cannot add it. What do you think? Bow or no bow?
Oh, always with these decisions.
I love Linda's comment. Brenda, you have made this box beautiful and not looking like a coffin. So
Exactly.
that is
Yes.
such a huge compliment. So no bow.
I'm
Oh,
so glad you said that, Linda, because when she first brought out the white on white, and I was like, okay, let's see where we're going there. Resurrection Sunday, right?
that's hilarious that you guys coffin. Yeah. Okay. I have no bow and bow. No bow and bow. Okay.
It looks like no bow is winning it, actually.
Right.
Yep, sure is.
2, 3, 4. Yeah. No bow. One. Okay. No bow. We're just gonna do. Whoops. Like this is done now. This is done.
Wonderful.
Or, you know what? I'm gonna pull out some candy, and maybe we can decide what candy to put in here.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Okay, so Brenda, here's a funny thing. Here
What?
are the two embellishments that I brought up for them to
Did you bring up pearls too?
choose. I did. I did.
Dina, first the
I did.
and now the pearls, you know? Wow.
Yep. So here's what I'm thinking, friends. I'm thinking that it would be cute to put a little pearl or a rhinestone in the center of the flowers just to give them a little sparkle, right? So what do we think? Should we do rhinestones or little pearls for the centers there? Okay, rhinestones or pearls for the centers of the flowers. And then Miss Brenda's going to bring in some candy.
Yes, I have candy. I have yeah, let's let you do your vote first because, you know, I'm not going to hog the comment feed.
You're fine. You're fine.
I'm just joking.
They can be thinking about more than one thing at a time.
So I can't think of more than one thing at a time. So like, can anyone else, right? Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, it looks like pearls have won. All right.
I just made the right decision for everyone. It's like
absolutely.
Are going on.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
All right. So we can put, okay, I've got some of these tie-dye kisses.
Ooh.
And I, of course, when I was doing this, I wasn't really thinking candy, but these are kind of cute and purpley and
oh, those are neat.
They have, and you know what I love about these? They have like, let's move this up closer. You can see.
Oh, I love it.
And then we've got, where's this one? I have to disentangle it. Okay, so iron out the paper, and I'm bringing this up. Now look at this one.
Oh, I like
Peace
that.
and love.
I like that. Where'd you get those?
You know what? I have seen them in multiple places now. I saw them at my grocery store, but I think I got these at Target originally. Or we could do Ferrero Rocher, which also would look really pretty. These ones I use for my display purposes, so they've seen better days. but we can stick that together, so we can put like Ferrero Rocher inside the box, or we can put these tie-dye kisses. So you guys let me know.
I love that you said for your display purposes, meaning that you have candy that may be old that you just use over and over again for your projects, right?
And that's a good thing, because otherwise I would like always be eating the candy. I can't do that. Like I use a lot of candy in my designs. Like it's hard as you get older. to like
Uh-huh.
it's tough, and I walk every day and I eat really healthy, but I do love sugar. I love it so
Oh,
much, so I
yeah.
have to be
Mhm.
it stay if it's out of sight and old, I will not eat it. So these tie-dye
Uh-huh.
ones are new. I actually I sent my son a little package for Easter. I made him one of my little Hershey's designs, and I put the
Mhm.
tie-dye kisses in there.
Oh, I love it. Those are really
Yeah.
cute. And it looks like that's what everybody thinks you should put in there
Oh,
too, by the
well, it
way.
does look pretty. So okay, let's.
Mhm.
I think we'll go again.
Yep.
Brenda does have display candy.
So I have a funny story about that. I have a couple of shelves over on my wall that have the little old style candy jars, the glass jars that kind of lean
Mhm.
forward. And the shelf is really cute, and I'll have to share a photo at some point or something. But anyway, it has different kinds of candies in the jars, and oh, that is beautiful. I love that. And one of my girls had asked if it would be okay to have a piece of candy, and I didn't think anything about it. And I don't even know how old the candy is, but but she had put it in her mouth, and I mean instantly, and it's funny because it wasn't me that did it, but but the look on her face was absolutely priceless. And I said, "Are you saying that the candy's old?" And she was like, "Oh yeah,
Oh no.
this is not good."
Yeah, and don't to
So we had to let everyone know
yeah,
that like the candy on the
to be
wall
clear,
is
I do so sometimes I will then, I have a knitting group that I go to on Wednesday, and I will bring in my boxes and stuff like that for special occasions, and I will just like hand them out, but I put new candy in those. Like I will not old
yeah.
candy does not go into other people's boxes handing them out. But
Yes.
sometimes, because they can get kind of expensive too, like the Ferrero Rochers and the Linder,
Mhm.
but so there's certain ones like with the Linder, I don't like dark chocolate, so the only ones left are the dark chocolate. But if it's like the
Aha. I like
white
it.
chocolate, those are gone. The milk chocolates are gone. And like, so I'll just have
Yeah.
like, why does she only have certain colors of the candy? Because all the dark chocolate is, yeah. So,
Uh-huh. That's
yeah.
funny. But no, you're absolutely right, because like I had mentioned earlier, when I had found that big box full of 3D
Mhm.
projects, and a lot of them still had candy in
Ooh,
them.
yep.
And it's like, oh man,
Yeah.
obviously I have no idea how old they are,
Right,
so
right.
I'm probably not going to eat
No.
them. But
Well, at least you know what candy would fit in there, though. So that's helpful too,
that's
right?
true.
Because sometimes
That's true.
people will put like candy that isn't as readily available or as common. And so then you have the idea of what is supposed to go
Yeah,
in there, right? And just as long as you have it in
yeah.
a sealed container, so like things can't get.
Right. Right, yeah. No creatures, nothing like that.
Mhm.
No shame in the candy game, she
Right,
says, as I sit here
right,
eating jelly beans.
right.
Well, as it turns out, the candy that I have here, I
Oh, it's
actually
white
had,
chocolate. Yum. I'm gonna take
oh
some of
girl,
that. My hand.
oh, here you
Oh,
go,
lemon
babe.
crisp.
These things
Oh,
are they're lemon crisp, and they are absolutely
wow.
spectacular, and they only come around during Easter
Wow.
time, and you can find them at Walmart.
Wow. I've never had one.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have these ones, and I have the little hard candies here, but I
Ooh.
think that the Kit Kats are going to look really good because that yellow
Yeah,
is
it's the
is a really
packaging
nice
yellow.
pop of color. So,
Yeah. Is
huh?
the wrapper yellow? Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's nice. Yeah, that will look nice. And the
yeah, and you can fit quite a few of them in there too.
right.
So I'll just stand them up like this and bring this to Brenda, and
Yes.
There you go.
There. It would be neat if we could like share, see like my hand. And
Wonka vision,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Although I'm getting ready. The incentive trip is next month, and we're going to Disney World. And I'm like, okay, it is time to like lose a few pounds just before we go, because it's just like that you're going to overeat there, and so like I can't go in like the same way. I have to go in a little under so I can enjoy myself. Oh man. Yeah.
I have established that I am just, if I want to try it out, I'm going to try it
Yeah.
out. And it's so funny because like when you're trying to keep your weight the same is the biggest struggle, but the guys can eat whatever they want to and not gain an ounce, and it's the most awful, cruel joke ever.
Right, I know. Man, I did make a tofu cheesecake the other day, which was quite good. So
Really?
I know.
Okay.
I've been experimenting a little bit more. Like I'm not like a vegan or anything like that, but I do eat more plant-based stuff. And so like, some people would, with the vegan recipes, when they come up on your feed on Facebook and stuff, and some of the comments are just terrible. But there are some people that really want to eat more plant-based, and these are different and new options. And I love seeing the creativity in them, because I want to experiment in the kitchen, and it really helps me to see how they are combining things so that I can try things, because I rarely do a recipe exactly like the recipe says. So,
oh yeah.
But anyway,
yeah.
it was good. Next time I make it will be even better, because I kind of understood the process a little bit better now.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it wasn't bad. I served a slice tonight to my husband, and he ate it. So there we go.
I think I should record my husband's response in telling him that I'm going to try a tofu cheesecake recipe for him, because when we were first married, back when they try to please you and would never tell you that your food is gross. Now he'd be like, "Oh, what did you do?" But
I make my husband guess. I will often substitute like something plant-based for that, for meat, and he doesn't always guess right. Like he sometimes thinks the plant-based is meat, and so I find that kind of interesting. And there's different ways to get protein and stuff like that. So you know what, like a little bit of plant-based isn't.
Yeah. So when we were first married, I said, okay, I'm going to try to put some tofu in. I don't know what I was thinking really. But I had never used it before, and I thought I'm going to try something new and different. And I had always heard that tofu takes on the flavor of whatever you cook it with. And so in my young and ridiculous wisdom, I thought, when I make fish, I fry it in a little bit of olive oil and some seasonings, and it is so good, right? The flavor is amazing because it takes on all of those seasoning flavors. And so I thought that I would do that with tofu. And let me tell you what happens. That, and because you cook with tofu, this, but maybe other people here don't. Tofu is like a sponge. Yeah. Hey, hold on a second, mister. I'm good. Come here, darling. Come here.
No, I've heard this story.
I know, but I want to ask you a question. Come on over here and let everybody say hi to you.
The elusive.
Yes, you gotta come closer this way.
Hello.
So, Miss Brenda has made a fabulous tofu cheesecake recipe, and we think
my husband
And we think
and
maybe
he
you'd like to
liked
try
it. He liked it.
it. No.
Well, not after tofu and just olive oil and spices. I can see where that
Oh my
flavor.
gosh. And it was so funny because like I said, we were just together, so we're still young and trying to be sweet and I had put it on the plate and had served his plate and I sat down and he took a bite and
Oh,
you know and, and I said, "Is it okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's good." Oh, and then I took a bite of it. I was like, "Oh, this is cool. Okay." And I took a bite and I went, "Ugh, whoa, don't eat that. Spit it out."
right, because it needed like to absorb like something like so with the tofu, cheesecake, I use an orange and like the juice of a fresh orange and the juice of a fresh. So it created, so cheesecake, like made cream cheese, it's kind of got that like a little bit of a sour taste, right? And
Yeah.
so the tofu with the citrus creates kind of that same sort of texture. Now, the one thing I would work on though is I did not love the crust so much, but the crust is kind of the easy part because that doesn't have any tofu in it at all. So really,
Yeah.
I forgot to add one ingredient, so it ended up a little drier, like a little more cracked than it needed to be. So next time, if I add a little bit of plant-based milk with it, it will be a little, yeah. And it actually not bad at all. I was pleasantly surprised by the.
Nice. I'd be willing to try it again, but this one's
Well,
like, no. Look, everybody's saying hello to you, and Miss Judy says that I'm blessed you stayed after
yeah.
that. I really am. I'm lucky he didn't toss it back at me. What is this craziness?
Where my husband is, he's upstairs and he is isolating. He came back we've never, my husband and I've never had COVID before, but he came back, he was doing back-to-back business trips and he came back and he has COVID. So he is,
Oh, Lord love
yeah,
him.
so he's had it for like a week now. So he's like, yeah,
Yeah. Has he got that insane cough
yeah,
too?
he does, not all the time, it's almost gone. So, but yeah, so I don't want him anywhere near this camera. So
Right, yeah. No kidding. No kidding. Judy says, Mr. Sullivan, no tofu ever.
right. Well, the thing is, I can't eat cheesecake anymore. Can you eat cheesecake? Like it's too heavy for me at my age. Like I cannot eat a slice of cheese. I love cheesecake, but tofu
Yeah, I couldn't get a whole slice, but maybe just a few bites of it would be okay.
Like a regular dense cheesecake, I can't eat that anymore, but I can totally eat tofu cheesecake and not feel overwhelmed. So that's the thing. If you want like.
Oh, they're saying bye, honey.
Huh?
They're saying bye.
Who?
Everybody.
Who's saying bye?
Say goodbye.
Who said, oh, Marty, I will send you.
Do they not know that one?
You do this way.
Oh, it goes this way and then this.
He's making fun of me. Do it under here.
There
There you go.
Hello.
He's such a pest.
Oh my God.
Oh. Well, hopefully your hubby feels better. That cough, man, that lingers.
Yeah, he's, he got home last night and because he didn't have a test with him while he was gone, but he was already masking up. So, but he came back and he did a test and it was positive. So I was like, you get that bedroom and I'm going to get the bedroom and I'm going to be using the other bathroom. And I actually locked the door. I locked the door so he wouldn't accidentally like walk in there because I need it to be like a COVID-free zone so that, because when you shower, you can't wear a mask. So I need a safe place for myself to take a shower. So if I go in the bedroom, I can wear a
Right.
mask, but not when I'm, doing toiletries and stuff. So thankfully we have the space that we can isolate, and he's been eating upstairs. And it's, 5 years in, 5 years in, I'm getting
Yeah.
COVID. So that's kind
I think, honestly, I think I had it when it first came around and we didn't know what it was, because I had the most awful cough. I felt kind of sickly for a couple of days, but I chalked it up as like the fall flu, But I had this continuous cough that I could not get rid of for weeks and weeks afterwards.
Yeah.
But that was before they were testing for it, and
I know.
it was way in the early
Right.
days.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, it's still floating around, but, thankfully, I think the vaccines did help us in any case. Well, for him in terms of maybe not getting such
Yeah, getting as sick.
So that's a good thing.
Well, and of course too, little bits of it are floating around just like the flu and everything else. And the more we get acclimated to it, the less we're gonna have, the adverse reactions and things. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, it looks like everybody really enjoyed this evening, so that's good. Thank you guys all so much for coming and hanging out, and thank you so much to Miss Brenda for sharing the time with me and doing a project.
See your basket close up? Can you just do a close up, because I didn't get to see it with that is so cute. That is, it turned out so much cuter than at the beginning, because the flowers have really added to that whole.
They made it,
and
I think actually the summer splash is really what sets it off.
It's very vivid. Actually. It's just like that little kind of contrast, the blue green, which is kind of an unusual color for leaves, but it works for the Easter, right? It really does.
Mm-hmm.
It turned out really beautiful, Dana. I really.
Thank you so much. And your box was absolutely gorgeous. Okay, wait, let's see if we can hold on here. I'm gonna try to do this one. Wait, not that. That's not what I meant. This one and this one. There we go.
Yeah, look at that. How cute are both of them? Both, like a basket versus a box, and mine looks like cherry blossoms. Yours looks like an Easter.
Yeah, like daisies or something.
And both made with that same bundle, right? So.
Yes. So this is the thing I love about doing the mashups with the Think Tank Thursday, because nobody's projects are the same at all. But we're using the same product, so it's just wonderful to show how diverse the products really are.
Yeah, and just beautiful, lovely. Now we have our hands are up.
This might have made more sense earlier, huh?
I'm my camera's not in the spot where I think it is, because I'm not used to the camera here. So I'm like, oh, it's so weird. Well, you close it up. It's your.
All right, darling. All right. Well, thank you guys all so much for hanging out with us this evening. And don't forget, if you guys like the product that you see in the video, of course, Miss Brenda has her link available for you guys, and I have my link available for mine. And if we have any questions or whatever, you guys can feel free to ask. And I think Brenda and I will get some project sheets out to you guys.
That would be wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, no worries. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.